Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Roll20 presents Dungeons & Dragons Ghosts of Saltmarsh, the final enemy.com/adventure.html. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I have only one question before we begin.
Yeah.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye,
I have had that song stuck in my head all morning because every time I go to prep for Ghosts of Saltmarsh, I'm like, who does live in a pineapple under the sea, and how many hit dice does he have? Big
See,
spoilers.
that's the question. That's the thing is he doesn't have hit dice because if he has hit points, you can kill him, and you can't kill SpongeBob SquarePants.
All right, there you go.
Challenge
I mean, I think that's fair. I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable not to give SpongeBob hit points.
I'd kill him.
Because I know
No,
you
would just dehydrate him, and then he would come back the second he had water on him.
Chop him into
like
tiny
CR
pieces.
30 or something.
And then you'd have like 8 SpongeBobs.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say. I think SpongeBob is one of those things like an ooze, where if you attack him with a slashing weapon, he becomes
he just breaks into multiple
two
SpongeBobs.
smaller SpongeBobs. Yeah, that's very.
Only weakness is fire, but he lives underwater.
That's right. He lives in a pineapple under the
Yeah.
sea, so you can't get him.
Yeah, there you go.
Look, he
Perfect.
knows how to min-max his environment, okay? Like,
Yep.
In other news, everyone except for Dave rolled hit points, and everyone except for Dave rolled 1, except for I guess Lauren rolled a 2.
Lauren did roll a 2. Yeah.
I rolled it.
Yeah, really good stuff. So let's talk about what the hell is going on here besides talking about Bikini Bottom. So there is a brand new Dungeons and Dragons adventure compilation called Ghosts of Saltmarsh, available on the Roll20 marketplace now.
What?
But we decided that it's
Where
it's
is it
time-
available? Is it roll20.net?
That's right. It is. Thank you, Blue Jay. So we decided that it might be fun to take a little summer vacation to a lovely town called
This is our-
Saltmarsh.
This is our anime beach episode, right?
Yeah, but
Like,
salt
in
like
between.
Saltmarsh.
Oh my god, I'm the anime goth.
Doesn't sound. You're Glenn Danzig from that episode of Portlandia. Sorry, that's you.
I'm
That's you
Raven
now.
from Teen Titans.
So we're gonna take a little
You're
trip.
not that cool.
Little trip north up the coast to Saltmarsh. But to prepare for that, we've escaped the dungeon temporarily. We're gonna put a pin in Halaster's fun time ride, and
back, Halaster.
everybody's gonna level up to level 6,
Yes!
which technically is one level under leveled for this adventure. But Dave's a
good.
cheater, and you are all too good at D&D, so you'll be fine.
All right.
How many hit points we rolled, right?
All right.
You know,
You know, hit points aren't important because no one's
Well,
gonna hit me. But I'm sorry.
Nobody believes that.
a big announcement for chat. I have Fireball now, so
Unfortunately, you're gonna be underwater. So...
we're good.
No.
It's
Bigger
fine.
announcement for chat. I have Bestow Curse.
That's how is that bigger?
That's not bigger. A fireball is bigger than bestow curse, unless you can bestow curse on a cloud of people all at once. So the plan is that we'll jump ahead slightly. The party will have left the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, intending to go back, right? Like, it's not like you're the characters in the fiction were like, all right, we quit, we're gonna go do something else, and you will be interrupted prior to your return by an undeniable opportunity to go on a brief vacation and
Sweet.
make a difference in an exciting town. So let's talk about the level 6 business, because you all updated. I've updated the
Yeah.
overlays. Everyone's gonna want to know kind of what stuff you took. I see you making a face, Dave. Where did you land on your level 6? Did you go for Sentinel, or are you gonna take stat upgrades?
Yeah, it would be really good for this level, but it shares actions with my level 7 thing. So.
Yeah. I kind of like when that kind of stuff comes up, where it's like, because the good stuff in a role-playing game is making choices. And so when you're like druids have this problem where you're like, cool, all of my spells are concentration. What do I cast now? What do I hold on to? What do I let go of to cast some other concentration thing? So for you, what was the choice? Because you were thinking about taking Sentinel?
Yeah, Sentinel and Warding Maneuver are both reactions when people within 5 feet of me get attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And I get one for free as being part of a Cavalier. So I better not spend feet on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I got different feet
Okay,
instead.
different feet. Okay, what'd you take?
Tough.
Tough. So you just have like how many hit points now?
79.
Very nice. Very nice. At level 6. Good stuff.
Yep.
That's pretty good. You have almost as much as an unnamed level 13 barbarian, whose name I won't mention.
I almost have as much as the next two highest in the group put together. We worked out.
Oh my god! Never mind. I'm not even gonna say it.
So, Elf, what did you get in addition to Fireball?
So at level 6, I get my secrets of lore, which means that I can pick spells off of any spell list. Basically, two spells off of any spell list.
Oh, that's cool.
So naturally, one of them was Fireball because it's the wizard spell.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think that of all the spells in the game, Magic Missile and Fireball are the most wizardly.
Yeah.
So good call on that one.
The other one that I took was Aura of Vitality from the Paladin level 3, which is a concentrated like action that you hold for a minute, and every turn you can use your bonus action to heal someone within 30 feet of you for 2.
Oh, like a pulsing aura.
It's like a healing aura because I feel like we need it.
Yeah, so here, even this deep in, even at level 6, still compensating for the fact that the cleric is more focused on killing things.
I mean, as long as she kills things, it's fine.
I like the hybridization where we have like kind of a healing bard and then a more aggressive like build of cleric.
And
That's
I
cool.
get one more bard spell at level 3, which I took Dispel Magic because you never know when you'll need Dispel Magic.
Yeah.
So there it is.
It's true. Cool.
I can actually use my level 3 slots now because it's not ritual or speak with the dead. So maybe I'll actually do something with a level 3 slot ever.
Lauren, where did you land on? I know you were trying to decide where to spend your skill points. Do you have like did you go with Sleight of Hand?
I so tempting. I ended up going with Investigation. So rogues took a lot at level 6. I get expertise, so I picked 2 more skills to put double my proficiency bonus in. So I went for Perception. So now my passive is 17, which I feel like might mean I walk into fewer gelatinous cubes.
Could be.
I hope, maybe. And I ended up putting it in Investigation because
Fewer, but not 0.
Yeah,
I'm
not
the
0.
only one with Investigation as it is. So I should probably continue to invest in that choice.
Maybe.
It's got to invest right in
As much as a plus 15 to my sleight of hand would have been really fun, I'm at a plus 12. So I still feel like I can do some good thieving.
Yeah, plus 12 is still pretty good. What your average roll is a 22 then? So yeah, pretty solid.
All your things are mine now.
Yeah, everybody's proficiency bonus goes up at level 6, right? Is that
Nope.
Not everybody's goes?
Now it's +3.
It's +3 at 6, right? Like just the flat like level like every time.
Oh, no, mine was already plus 3.
I don't know what the tiers are. I don't.
It
It
went up to +3 for me. I don't know.
No, yours was +3 already, Blue Jay.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
No?
it's plus 3 at level 5.
Yeah, it should have been.
I wasn't looking.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It's okay. It does it automatically anyway. So.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't looking.
Oh, so you just noticed it.
The Roll20 character sheet already does that for me, so I don't need to remember.
You don't have to learn anything or look at stuff. That's fair. That's fair. And then so you took Blue Jay. You have a new ability for getting rid of crits or something.
So Grave Cleric. Which I am one, not a death cleric, is a grave cleric. I get Sentinel at Death's Door at level 6. Sorry, I was at Death's Door just then. At 6th level, you gain the ability to impede Death's progress. As a reaction, when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you suffers a critical hit, you can turn it into a normal hit.
Nice.
Any effects triggered by a critical are canceled.
Cool.
And then I also got some new spells.
We found there's a sick combo with that ability, but I'm gonna save it. Let's save it till it happens, and then we can be like, boom, comboed.
Thick party composition combos.
And then you get some spells.
Yeah, so I ditched Find Traps because it fucking blows.
Take that, Find Traps.
And then I realized that I had one more spell prepare slot that I wasn't using. So I got Bestow Curse for my 6th level new slot prepared because it's cool, but I also have Healing Word and Prayer of Healing prepared because I'm actually going to be maybe effective. No, I'll just probably die first. It's fine. I just took spells that might be useful, okay? Maybe they'll be useful. Maybe I will just not use them.
You didn't take the make people get married for bonus armor class? spell.
No, because I know you, Adam, and I know that the fact that they have to be a willing participant in the marriage would mean it would never work. Adam doesn't believe in marriage.
Can you? I mean, it exists. It's not like the Easter Bunny.
Can you be a willing participant in marriage?
I mean, I think
that's a
you
real
can.
question. I don't want to get into a philosophical argument with you every time I try and marry someone for AC. Okay?
Yeah, well, because I know why you're doing it. You're not doing it out of love. You're doing it out of the armor class bonus, which actually is a more valid reason to get.
You know what? I love that armor class bonus, so I am doing it out of love.
I would get married for an armor class bonus if my life were about constantly being attacked by things. That would definitely be worthwhile.
See, the problem is you can't take advantage of it a second time unless you're a widow or a widower. So.
Oh, really? So you don't? Interesting. So this is one of those things.
You can only get married one time unless that.
I think is interesting about role-playing games in that the mechanical stuff informs the fiction of the universe. So theoretically, because this spell exists in the Forgotten Realms, marriage is until death because the spell that you cast to get married is like, unless you get like a secular wedding.
No, the thing is that the benefits only last for 7 days.
Right, that's how long your marriage is valid.
But you can't use the benefits again unless your previous spouse died.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So
the divorce is not.
Is there a divorce ritual?
No.
No, so you can't get married to get weird.
So that's why you murder all of your spouses.
How about this? Can you raise 2 zombies from the dead and make them get married to each other?
Willing participant.
Yeah, but they can't be willing to do
anything. You already said that my will exerted on them does not count as them being willing.
So it's your will then. So are you willing to get married to yourself in zombie form?
Yeah.
Wait, then can her zombies have +2 AC for a week?
I don't think you have to be alive.
See, I will ditch healing words straight right now if you're actually willing to let us perform marriage ceremonies.
You cannot perform marriage ceremonies between 2 zombies. The dead cannot get married. I'm sorry.
Really? Not even like vampires?
Wow, way to be dead racist.
They're not a race. They're afflicted by a disease.
What if a Sahuagin really wants to get married? Like, can
I feel like anyone who
Melindra's Shadow Mantle, she's like,
I would just say this: anyone out there who is considering getting married to a Sahuagin, please reconsider.
Melindra's Shadow Mantle, though, go for that one.
But that's what I mean is that, like,
marriage is between one alive adult humanoid and another alive adult humanoid. Okay,
right? But again, so that means goblins? No, goblins are humanoids, right? They can get married. But then, what if you're an intelligent slime? Aboleths not allowed to get married? I guess.
Can gelatinous cubes be married?
Forgotten Realms has some marriage equality problems.
Do you have to have like a certain int level? Right, like do
you have to have a certain int level to be willing to do something, to understand?
No, I think even with intelligence,
because does the person have to be like, do they have to understand the entire like situation of the marriage that's being like put up? Because then it's like, okay, like here's the understanding that you have to accept and agree to. You're going to marry this person for a week, get dragged into a dungeon, and then after the week is up, this cleric will murder you and turn you into a zombie.
I feel like you don't want to tell them that part.
Here's the thing we're all missing, right?
Really?
What about level disparity? Does level disparity?
I don't think so.
That's true. That's like a whole power dynamic.
Can I marry Vajra, for example?
Yes,
you could.
You absolutely can.
Yeah.
You want to put it in your prenup that she will stay married to you until you're at least level 18 or so.
Yeah.
Then you can't get a divorce because those don't exist. One of you will have to die.
Divorces aren't real.
Good. It's fine. All right. Cool.
Man, magic. I mean, I guess this is only like a special kind of getting married that involves a spell. What level do you have to be to cast ceremony? Oh, level 1. So like literally any first level cleric.
Any first level cleric can get you married, kids.
But the thing is,
but
like,
no first level cleric can get you
so if they die and they're brought back to life, technically you're both widowed then, and you can both get remarried.
That was we were talking about that. We were talking about that. Is a resurrection spell worth the cost if you do it weekly?
Isn't it like 5,000 gold or something like to get resurrected? It's a lot, right?
Yeah,
because they have to actually die.
Be able to afford coming
like,
back.
what's the thing? Like, they have to actually die. So if it's just revivify, like,
yeah, right.
Like, so at what point is someone considered dead for the point of being widowed?
How long does it take? Like, you have to cast Revivify within what amount of time? Right, it's within a minute.
Here,
A minute.
Revivify. It says.
Okay, here's the new racket. Okay, so you cast ceremony to get people married.
Okay.
When their 7 days run out, they come back to you for the quick Mercolite divorce, which is you kill them and then they pay you to revivify them. So you agree to that, you kill them, and then you look at your watch and you're like, oh, it costs triple now. You got 45 seconds. You gonna pay me or no?
Except for they couldn't agree to pay you because they're dead.
Well, the person who's alive. The person.
Oh,
who's
you mean they
alive
come
has
in with
to
a
pay.
buddy?
You know, there's a good point in chat. Can you annul a marriage with dispel magic?
I don't think you would be able to, based on the wording of the
You can.
spell.
I think you probably can within the first 7 days, and then it
Yeah,
goes bad. There's a
within
no
the first 7
returns
days.
policy.
So as long as you get it on the last day.
Okay, because we've been having this conversation and it's so hilarious, I'm taking ceremony. I changed my mind. I have
Just
it now.
in case.
Just in case.
Yeah, it's like you'd have
Very
to.
important.
You'd
to
have
me.
to dispel because the spell's duration is what? Instantaneous, but its magical effects last for 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could.
It's a ritual too. It's the best choice.
So
honestly.
you could
you
dispel that marriage within the first 7 days, but I think after that it wears off, and then you're just married. There's no magical effect
it's not
anymore.
A spell, it's just marriage.
It's
now.
just marriage
But I
now.
don't.
The
I don't
magic
think
is
you can
gone.
recast it. You couldn't like serially recast for the AC bonus.
Well, so that's
Even
the
with the
thing is
spell
like if you
magic.
dispel your
Oh my
marriage.
god, it takes a
before-
whole hour to perform a marriage. Fuck that.
That's a long ceremony.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, obviously, the thing is that you can get married and divorced. That's what I'm saying. You can get it done secularly, but it doesn't count unless somebody casts the ceremony spell for you. Obviously,
It takes 25 gold to get married.
it's not bad. Costs less to get married than it does to be brought back from the dead, so that's good.
I mean, it costs less than a shield would cost. Like a good one. So
No, I just imagine somebody in a store like holding a shield in one hand and then looking at their potential spouse, looking at the shield, looking at their spouse.
Okay, is this working?
I feel like I need the shield. Sorry.
I think that's right. Okay.
I'm terrified.
I could also do a
by-
coming of age.
That's another
Yep.
ritual.
Another ceremony.
none of us are young enough.
I can
It
dedicate
is.
someone to my God's service.
It's not
Hey,
grown up
anyone
yet.
want to be a Mercolite?
Yeah.
Anyone want to be? No.
I'm good.
I'm really glad Blue Jay has not read the first one because that will be a pain in my butt forever.
I have though.
What is
But
it?
okay, so that's the thing. You can return a target to its original alignment.
Yeah.
But it also has to be a willing creature. So if 8 is unwilling, then
Why would
the
anyone
target
be-
has to be like,
I don't
be
understand
evil.
that. Why would anyone be willing to return? Oh, so this is like to prevent magical effects that change your alignment. But then
Well,
you wouldn't be
also-
willing. Like,
Well, but like, if you're thinking about it in terms of older D&D, like it doesn't make sense in 5e, but like there were classes that lost their abilities based on what alignments they
right,
were.
but I just wonder, like, is anyone... Here's the question about alignment is, can you be aligned one way and not want to be that way? Be like, I'm evil, but I wish I was good?
Yeah, because I did this one act
I
of
used to be
huge
good.
evil, and like
I think that
regretted it.
D&D is very confused about how alignment works in its own game.
Which is fine. It's a
Yeah.
mushy concept that just got mushier and mushier as it went on.
Okay, who wants to get married?
I just feel like if you're evil, you probably want to stay evil.
We have what, 6 hours? Let's go. I
Yeah,
can do 6
sorry,
weddings.
this is why the episode is extra long today, because we just wanted extra time to bullshit about silly spells. Cool. Well, good.
Would a
Thank
spell
you.
like suggestion make someone willing?
No, you can't. If it's magically derived, then it's not.
Magic
you're not
is not
actually willing.
consent.
You can't even gay someone into
Yeah, you definitely can't. Especially not that. Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to let you know that at some point during however long we are playing this game for the next like months or so, I will marry someone. Not
I love that.
Macaria,
I was
me.
gonna say I love that word means two things. In today's episode, Macaria marries someone to someone
Well, she's a
else.
cleric, so like it makes sense. But it's so weird. What's a Mercolite wedding ceremony?
We call those funerals.
But I can
No,
do
it's like
funerals,
it's
too.
like the fucking beat farmer dude from it's Dwight Schrute from The Office, right? Like
No,
you get
no, no,
married
no,
in
no.
your own grave.
The wedding ceremony is that one Panic at the Disco song.
Oh yeah. Like, didn't you know that the groom's bride is a whore? And then it's like,
Like, wow,
Didn't you know the groom's bride is not a Mercolite?
Oh,
But it's okay.
boy.
I can dedicate people to my god service, and whenever they make a saving throw, they can add a d4.
How long does that spell last?
24 hours.
Interesting. I feel like
Who wants to be a Mercolite?
I would say I feel like the mechanical bonus might be enough to convince 8 to join the Church of Murder. So I guess the
Who
Church
wants
of
to be a
Death, not
Mercolite?
murder, because that's
I
different.
want it.
I now pronounce you plus 2
Plus
armor.
2
class.
AC.
We have names. No one cares. Just
Plus 2 AC.
Isn't it
real
only
good.
plus 2 AC when you're within?
You know
like,
what the worst part is though? They have to stay within 30 feet of each other.
Yeah,
Like it's
weird.
Well,
not.
I mean, it doesn't go away if you move out of 30 feet and then come
Yeah.
back.
well, that's
It's
why
still-
you never marry an arcane archer to a paladin. They have to be like a rogue
you
and a fighter.
You gotta
Like,
do the meta.
there's
You
gotta
gotta-
be some.
Come
Yeah,
on, Jules eligible.
we were gonna get married, but none of our abilities have any synergy. So sorry, we couldn't get a divorce though. So we both we had to fight to the death. Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like Spartans.
And
getting
then the
married.
paladin cast that thing that Dave's character, I forgot his name, cast on Oleander. And then
Yes.
what was that character's name?
That's a great question. He had a few.
He had many names.
Shadow.
The shadow.
Think about how hard it would be to hit 8 if 8 and Jewel were married.
24
How hard
AC.
it would be to hit 8 or how hard it would be to hit on 8.
I feel like, and I'm just based on what I know about Dave and the way Dave plays this game, the best way to propose marriage is mechanically to be like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's the
how
only.
I
argument
love thee.
I'm
Let me show you the attack bonuses.
I do not ship our characters, and I am a chronic shipper.
However, tactical weddings, that I approve.
Tactical wedding.
I'm sorry,
That's
this is a
my new
tactical
business
marriage. We are not, yeah.
We're
You
going
can
back
imagine
to
an army.
political marriage, like
I need to get more coffee before you introduce the
No,
actual module.
please, yeah.
So you've got two armies squaring up on the field of battle. A bunch of clerics going down the line. Everyone you stand next
You're
to.
married. You're married. You're married.
Married.
half the army.
Before we go into battle, it is important that you pair up with a buddy.
Right, it's like a Mooney's wedding, like a
Become
mass
married
wedding.
for life.
I guess that's the upgrade version of that, right? Is the mass wedding spell where you can affect 30 or whatever couples within a 100-foot radius. Yeah. And so half your army is wearing wedding dresses and the other half is wearing tuxedos, but they're all hobgoblins. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah, or 30 people all married to each other. It's like a complicated web.
All right.
One huge
Who wants to
marriage.
get married?
Wedding.
So
Well,
we
no,
start
but
in
see, the thing-
Saltmarsh because we already asked everyone in Waterdeep if they wanted to marry Makaria, and all of them said no.
I will. I want to shout out Psych in chat. The mass wedding version of the spell is called Polyarmory. Oh boy. Oof.
I love it.
Grim. Well, I mean, if your spouse dies, then you just have to fall back to the camp, wait an hour, get a new spouse, and get back in there. So, actually, do you lose your armor class bonus if your spouse dies in that
Yes.
first 7? Oh, you do.
They have to be you have to be within 30 feet, and if they can't benefit from the right if the person is dead.
It says that
I
you can't
don't
just
know.
take your spouse and throw them on your back and keep
It
fighting.
doesn't say that.
Yeah,
You're-
I think
It
your
doesn't
spouse-
Yeah.
say that.
I think
Marry
as
the
long
dead
as you're
people.
within 30 feet of their corpse. Yeah.
Wait,
Don't
no,
have
this
to
is
be
even
Within 30
better.
feet of each other, a creature can benefit only if widowed. They have to be willing to be bonded together
Yeah,
in marriage,
sure.
but I guess they don't have to be willing to
So
remain.
here's the thing,
bonded.
Makaria. Go find some sucker, get married to them, murder them, turn them into a zombie, and enjoy
So
your
I can
7 days of
murder
armor
them-
class. And
So I can murder them immediately.
why not? Yeah. Marry
okay.
them.
I think so.
Marry them, kill them,
Turn them into a
animate
zombie
them.
and
7
command them
days,
to stay
7
within
days
30 feet
later,
of me.
let the zombie just be a normal zombie because your spouse died. Find a new spouse, marry them, kill them, raise them as a zombie.
This is even better than I thought it was.
Oh no. Makari is going to become a serial killer.
I mean, Makaria is already a serial killer. What are
I
you
mean, let's be
talking
fair, you all are. So
No, there's a difference. We murder people, but
Uh-huh.
we don't
serially.
premeditatively murder people, which is what
Makaria
Makari
definitely
is.
thinks about
Okay,
killing
that's
people all the
true.
time.
You're the self-defense equivalent of serial killers.
Okay,
Self-defense.
well, Makaria is a real serial.
We're monsters, but we're not like premeditated.
You're like lowercase m monsters, not uppercase. We wouldn't find you in the monster manual. The new monster manual is just pictures of adventurers.
Macaria now.
Yeah, serial self-defensors. Perfect. So, all right. Let's actually play some Dungeons and Dragons. Though I do love this, and I think that this is a valid and important part of play. In the same way that discussing whether or not you have 120 feet of movement in a turn is also an important part of Dungeons and Dragons. The bullshit is a significant element. But today we have a Saltmarsh to explore. So I think probably when we return to play, when we fade in on this very special episode, we see the group of you coming back from the yawning portal. You have returned from the dungeon of the Mad Mage. And your pockets and your bags of holding are loaded up with whatever treasure you have recovered. Jewel, you got a new magic item last time, right? You're carrying around. You have that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
She's got a pot, and she's very excited about her new plant friend.
Yeah. So you're carrying this big clay pot.
Is smarter than several people in this party.
Mm-hmm.
Smarter than me.
Yeah. The plant will be smarter than Macaria when it grows up. That's true. And it'll be able to talk, so that'll be fun. So you're coming back to your house. I think it's probably like dusk, let's say. The season has begun to turn, right? We ended Dragon Heist kind of midsummer. There've been several weeks, like 6 or 8 weeks since then, and it is starting to get a little bit cooler. Fall is approaching. And as you return to your home, which I don't think we've seen it on screen in a while. Rin,
I have put thousands of gold into the renovation of this place. It is a functioning tavern. It is just not open.
Yeah.
There are no staff, but the place is like nice. You know, it's been refurbished. Probably the furniture guy nearby has had a lot of work commissioned from us recently. I've been using the rules from Durnan's Guide to Tavern Keeping, which is a DM Guild supplement, to sort of deal with this business off to the side. And we have not the highest quality, but the second from highest quality of the 3 rooms that we have, which I think are the bar room, the kitchen, and the cellar. Though the cellar
Why
is
did you
non-functioning because it has corpses in it.
I was like, why are you
very
having
nice
people come into my cellar?
I mean, if you don't want me to refurbish the cellar and leave it just like shit stain on the rest of the tavern, then that's fine. But
I mean, I feel like just having someone come into the cellar would mean they'd never come out again.
Right. So the upper level of the tavern is a nice tavern, and the second level is like Diablo 2. Down there,
exactly.
You walk down and somebody comes at you with a cleaver.
I mean, you could definitely have paid someone to fix it up. They just didn't leave.
I know that we put some stuffed goblins in here at some point, so there's like a bunch of decorative stuff.
Well, and you have like you have a ghost that will work this place, and that ghost has been very happy. He hasn't been causing any trouble lately. Because the Troll Skull Tavern is being refurbished. So the ghost is very happy and has been lending a hand as best
according to the guide, the book that I've been using. This also covers if you upgrade the tavern, the house part is also upgraded. So it's not shit anymore. We have furniture.
Not holes in the walls and
windows and shit.
To be clear, though, the second attic room is still full of the trash that is slowly sorting through.
I leave that to you.
But it's clean trash.
You can all decide what personally you want to do with it.
Clean trash.
I'm going to leave that hole. It was useful for throwing things out of.
Perfect. Good. All right. So you return to this fairly nice, you brought the whole neighborhood. You just brought the property values up.
Basically the 10,000 gold that I had has been put into this building.
Yeah. And thanks to Macaria's contributions to the Zentarum, security in the neighborhood has been pretty good. You know, you don't have to pay protection to anyone because the goons like you already. So that's good. But as you approach, you notice that there is something new in the vicinity of your home. There is a medium-size tent that has been pitched in the front of your house. You have no idea how long it has been here because you haven't been home in a while. But there's a tent, like a cloth tent, probably big enough for 2 or 3 people, and it is just sitting outside of your house.
Is there a goon nearby?
Maybe they're around. Like you can see a couple of shadowy dudes like lingering across the street.
Alleyways.
Yeah, they're just kind of always there in case
I just
of
wonder
trouble.
if one of them can tell me how long that tent's been there.
Oh, I see. Well, they're not your personal security, so they probably can't just tell you. No.
Oh, okay.
And it wouldn't be the same guys. They just, wander the area.
I think I'm just gonna walk up to it and be like, "Hello."
Okay, so as you approach, you say hello, and there's like a startled noise from inside the tent, and then there's another startled noise as the other person in the tent is like rudely awakened by the first person being startled, and they kind of like there's some rustling around, the tent moves, you can see some pans like rattling inside. There's some whispered like, they're home, they're back, okay, hurry up. And then one's like, where's my robe? And the other one's like, it's over here. No, this is my robe. And then there's like more rustling inside.
Can I knock the tent over?
I wait.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to knock it. I mean, it's a tent, right? So you can't push it over, but you could like kick out one of the poles or whatever and have it fall in. It's like
I think
it's remember. So
Macaria,
just for scale, it's not like an event. It's not a pavilion tent. It's like a pup tent,
like a camping tent.
Yeah, made out of canvas. The canvas is like pretty heavily weathered, and it's being held up by like guy lines or whatever. I'm not a tent person, but yeah.
No, that's what they're called. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, little lines, and then it's got the sticks holding up the other end.
So Rin is being kind and saying like hello and like giving them time, and I think Macaria looks like she's gonna kick one of the tent poles over. I don't know if anyone wants to stop me because otherwise
I was going to do it as well.
I think Jules like
both 8 and I both like step forward.
8 goes inside and gets their shotgun.
pretty sure I will
Get off my lawn.
They are camped out on your lawn. You don't have a lawn, but they're just like right in front of your house.
We might have a lawn. You don't know.
So Macaria, as you approach it behind Rin to like kick the tent over, someone emerges from the tent. So they are wearing a long, it used to be black, probably a set of long black robes. But they have clearly suffered from heavy weathering. The black has gone mostly gray. It's sort of tattered at the shoulders, and at the elbows and the knees. So it's a worn robe. The edge of the robe is just like ratty and like torn up. At one point, probably in contrast to the black dyed cloth of the robes, there were white patterns across the chest. You can see lines spreading out that kind of look like a rib cage, and then lines down the arms. They're wearing the person is wearing leather gloves with the same like bone kind of pattern on them, and they are adjusting a like wooden skull mask as they emerge from the tent. But they get bumped into from behind from someone else who doesn't have their mask on quite right, and they bump into them, and then they like stumble. Then the two of them kind of fall out into the street in front of the tent and are trying to like pick themselves up.
Jewel rolls her eyes and then takes her pot, which she's been carrying, and just is like, tell me when they tell us what they want, and goes inside.
Okay. All right. So Jewel, you head inside. So the two of them stand up, and they adjust their masks. And even though Rin, you're the one right in front of them, they like look around, and then when they see Macaria, they like
standing next to one of the tent poles, like foot slightly out.
Yeah. So they see you, Macaria, and they come over to you. Do you say anything as they walk over? I mean, it's clear.
I think she's kind of like kind of like frozen a little bit because she was expecting, I don't know, Floon.
You just ran out of money. He was living in a tent in the front of your house.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought it was going to be Volo.
So they're like,
who actually did run out of money and is living in a tent in front of her house.
That's true. Volo has definitely lived in a tent before. Listen, being a publisher, being a self-published author is very hard for Volo.
So she's kind of frozen, like staring with her foot still, like she's still kind of like standing on one foot and the other one's just like at the base of the tent pole. And she's just like,
wow, Macaria. They're actually brave enough to represent your god. And you hide it behind these lies.
Oh,
So Macaria, they throw themselves at your feet, prostrating themselves before you, and you can hear their voices muffled by their masks, and they're saying things like oh blessed lady of the grave, lady of darkness, chosen of Merkel. We beseech you for your aid, oh glorious queen of darkness, and they're just like babbling empty praise at your feet.
And I'm just looking and like waiting for them to continue like saying good things about me.
Okay,
Yeah.
they run out of paeans pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of bowing and scraping. They seem to be attempting to sort of do justice to your perceived glory. This may be the first time that anyone
Yeah, that's
sees
like
you.
I was saying. That's the first time anyone's said anything nice about me.
Yeah, this is the first time anyone sees you the way that you see yourself.
Yeah, it's a good moment for a narcissist. Yes, my I don't know what. Get up.
They both look up, and you can see under their kind of comically childish like skull masks. You can see that they're all like wide-eyed, and they both look just being able to see their eyes. You can tell they're just like exhausted. And they stand. And they one of them says, You are Macaria Rada, priestess of the Lord of Bones, are you not?
Yes.
And they look at each other, and there's this moment where you can see them just like they just want to like weep with joy. And the other says,
What is happening?
We've been waiting for you for several days, my lady. We have need of your help. You and your friends. The situation is dire.
My help.
And they both like nod.
And I look over at like Rin.
Yeah, what's Rin's reaction to all of this?
I'm like assessing these nerds with the like, oh, there are people that think Macaria is like useful. That's weird.
Yeah, that's the thing. I say my help, and I'm just like, people don't ask me for help.
Do you wanna make an insight check, Rin?
Yeah.
I think I do.
Someone should.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. They're enthusiastic.
They're dudes.
Yeah.
Well, of course, if who are you?
One of them says, devoted servants, like yourself.
Of Merkel.
And they both nod, like, of course. Yes, can you not tell by our sweet garb?
As far as I know, there are no churches to Merkel anywhere in Waterdeep.
No, not in Waterdeep, my lady. We've come from the north, from Saltmarsh, where we have a temple, or at least we will. There are some of us who have seen in visions the great darkness that dwells beyond. The Lord of Bones himself has come to us and told us, build ye a church here. And so we did. Or well, we started a church. It's in the basement of an old church, but the people who used to run it, we drove them off.
From my experience with visions from Merkel, he doesn't usually ask for churches. But
And
whatever.
they kind of look at each other and look at you, and they say, each of us has our calling from the Lord of Bones. Which is why we've come here. We need you and your friends. And they both turn and they look at 8, like, and they look all the way up and all the way back down, and they both simultaneously make some kind of like sign with their hands,
Is
like
it a
in
cool,
unison.
weird sign that looks like a skull?
Make a religion check.
Okay. Where is it? R. That's where it is. 15.
Okay. Yeah, the sign, the hand gesture is like an ancient, you probably don't know its origins because you're not a historian, but it's like an ancient sign of respect that is made before one who is a dealer of many deaths.
Yeah.
And so they see this obvious instrument of
I used to
destruction.
think 8 was cool. Then they stopped murdering people.
What's the title for those, like Doombringer?
Doombringers,
Right.
yeah.
And they say
I used to think 8 was a Doombringer.
and they say one of them turns to you and she says, but my lady, we have heard tell of the many lives that this one has taken. There may be use for one such as this. Please, we can tell you everything. If we could just... And they look at the house like, can we come in, please? We're hungry and thirsty.
Did you bring wine?
And they, so the girl turns to the guy and looks at him and looks at he's not holding anything. And she's like, the offering. And he's like, yes, of course. And he crawls back into the tent and you hear more rattling around. And he comes back out with this big clay jug and he hefts it out.
Yeah.
And he comes over and he holds it out and you can see his arms trembling from the weight. And he says, yes, from the peat of Saltmarsh itself, a mighty liquor. Here, an offering to you, my lady. And he puts his head down, bonks his mask on that thing. Sorry.
Makaria, she watches his arms shake, holding it for a minute longer than probably a normal person would, and then she takes it and immediately turns and goes inside.
It's very heavy and very full.
Good.
Yeah, it's a big clay.
I'm very weak, so I might drop it.
Yeah. Okay. So you take it inside.
Yeah.
And they follow. And then we crossfade to the inside of the house. Are you drinking the you want to try this stuff?
I immediately would like to drink it.
Yeah. It tastes like if you made a campfire out of salt and then lit it on fire. It's very strong. It's very, very strong and has a very aggressive, almost briny taste.
I rolled a con save and got a 6. So I feel like Makaria is almost spit takes when she drinks it, but it's very much the ugh.
And they're both watching you does she like it? Has she accepted our Yeah, so they're just staring at you excitedly.
So you're here for her help in this other.
So they have their masks off now because the formal offering part is done, and so it's two. They look they just look like teenagers. They're probably about the same age, maybe a little younger than Makaria. They both have kind of ratty, long hair. They look kids from a fishing village, basically. And
I like it too, I bet.
Yeah, big wide eyes, and they're kind of they've never been to the big city before. And they're sitting at this table in the tavern, looking around. And when you say that, the girl says, "Oh, no. Not just Our Lady of the Grave, but her allies as well. Stories of your bravery have reached as far as our little village to the north, and well." And then the boy kicks in. He says, "It's not our first time dealing with adventurers. You see, we had." Well, not us, but the village. We had hired a band from Neverwinter. Things have been not good in Saltmarsh of late, but these other adventurers, they took our gold and abandoned us. And, well, when the village needed someone, we remembered the stories that we had heard about the four of you, and so we pooled our money, and we came here. We've been looking for you for 3 days.
So, quick question. And Makaria has pushed aside the disgusting Saltmarsh beverage and taken a bottle of wine that she has. Who exactly is telling stories of our great deeds?
So
Does it rhyme with Olo?
So she says, there was a strange man with a floppy hat and a funny accent. His boat stopped at Saltmarsh for provisions before heading west across the ocean. He said he would not stop talking about many things, but when he mentioned a cleric in service to the dark god of bones, well, we knew that it was destiny, you see. We're not much beloved by the other villagers, but these are desperate times, and so...
They're not much beloved.
Somehow I'm not surprised. Jewel is trying to plant something, but she has no idea what she's doing. So she's like, is this dirt? And like putting it in the pot.
Jewel, those are ashes.
It looks like dirt.
It won't help you grow anything.
She drops it on the ground.
So, yeah, and then a little well, no, so Rin, what's great is that the ghost is already like ready to clean up Jewel's mess, right? Like...
Thank you. Yes. But the place isn't a dump now. Let's not treat it like one, please.
Oh, I was gonna get to that later.
There's this like whole weird Beverly Hillbillies thing happening right now. Like, I love it. Beverly murder
But see,
hobos.
eventually we'll have a plant to work the bar as well.
Wait. I thought, are you going to plant something poisonous? You should really plant something
I
poisonous.
feel like that would be dangerous for our customers.
Exactly.
I was thinking like a rhododendron. They're very pretty when they bloom. Then we would have a pretty
So
bar.
these
That
two,
works, that's fine.
and I love
Yeah.
this. If you want to get an idea for the aesthetic of these
about
these
catnip?
teens, I think chat nailed it. They're like 90s like metal fan teenagers who are not well parented. Like they probably smell like weed, and if they could wear like ripped up Slayer t-shirts, they would. And they just have like long greasy hair, and yeah, totally inverted cross necklaces. So they're the kids that I played D&D with in high school.
Goodberry?
Yeah. So the two of them, they're sitting here looking at you having this conversation, and they're just like, but our village though. Like,
Sure, yeah, your village. What exactly is the issue?
Why don't you just accept the death that is obviously coming for you?
well, a death unconsecrated to the Lord of Bones is no good death at all. I mean, believe us, the four of us would love nothing more than to see Saltmarsh razed into the ground and have our parents finally shown what for.
Wait, I'm
but-
sorry, the four of you?
And they nod. Yeah, yes, two of us stayed behind to mind the church and the bodies. And we came here to Waterdeep.
So you want me to consecrate your deaths to the Lord of Bones?
Well, we prefer if you could help us prevent Saltmarsh from being destroyed altogether, and then we can work on the whole church thing.
I'm sorry, did you say bodies?
Well, yes, there have been many of late washing up on the shores on account of the shark men.
I don't follow what's happening. What's going? What she like turns to the others because she missed half the conversation.
I asked the question, but they were busy talking about the church.
Is it because they're children?
So they
Or is
so
it because they're
you can see that they look at each other like, okay. So like the they need to give you names, I think, so I can stop calling to them to like him and her. So their names are Jessamine and Ephron.
Jessamine and Ephron. I love it.
Jessamine and Ephron.
Is Ephron's first name Zach?
It's a fantasy
Now
setting,
I'm
so his name is
imagining
Zoc,
90s
I think.
Zoc.
Zoc Efron.
90s metal.
And how does he feel
Efron.
about basketball?
I mean,
think he would like to say we're all in this together.
was Zac Efron in the Baywatch remake, or was that another
he
shirtless
was,
dude?
wasn't he?
No, he's Ted Bundy now. So
Perfect. There you go. All right, you can, if you would like to, you can imagine Efron being played by Zac Efron.
What?
he's played by Zac Efron as Ted Bundy.
As well, no, because this is a kid. Ted Bundy's a grown up.
Kid from High School Musical, because he's gotta be young.
Yeah, yeah, or like the cast of Lords of Chaos, both. Anyway, he's a lesser Culkin. So he says, Efron, you can see him being like, okay, I gotta remember the whole story. So he says, he's like, well, okay, so first, we thought it was smugglers. There was a problem with smugglers, and they were selling weapons to the lizardmen, and we thought the lizardmen were going to come and kill everyone in Saltmarsh. But it turns out the lizardmen were just buying weapons so they could protect themselves from the sahuagin, and the sahuagin lived in their caves that they used to live in, and they were driven out, and it was really sad. Then we made friends with some merfolk, and then these other fish guys, and there's a war council being called, because everybody in the area is being threatened by these horrible sharkmen, and we wanted adventurers to go to the sharkmen's Listen, the mayor can explain all of this a lot better than we can, but basically we want to build a church in Saltmarsh, and if there's no Saltmarsh, we can't build a church, and we can't convert everybody to the worship of our Dark Lord. If we can't convert everybody to our worship of our Dark Lord, then what's the point of having a church in the first place?
I'm not.
Do you have a diagram for that?
I'm not.
I stopped listening.
I'm a
not-
visual learner.
I mean, of anyone in this entire endeavor, you should probably be listening, Makaria, because they're talking about a church dedicated to the god that you love so much. But I'm not seeing a problem because I hate him. So,
Excuse me?
like, Merkel has caused me no end of trouble from you.
I think that's the intention, Rin. Anyway,
Well-
if it will make Rin's life a living hell, of course we will go to your stupid town in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I mean, if you're looking for a town where life is a living hell, you would be harder pressed to find anywhere worse than Saltmarsh. It's a bummer. Like a huge bummer.
So we're in the middle of going through a dungeon that's also
The dungeon
Kind
will
of a
stay
nightmare.
where it is. These people need me to help usher in their demise.
Oh, now you're listening.
Well,
You said that you hate Merkel, so we have to go.
and also, and then the Jessamine looks at 8 and says, well, and also there might be a war coming. So, we thought maybe someone with some expertise in larger scale conflict might be valuable. The council is assembling, but I mean, really, they don't have any experience fighting sea creatures off boats once in a while, but this could be very big. Many deaths. It's going to be great, but
So many deaths.
tell me about things that are interesting in Saltmarsh.
Shark men.
and they both kind of like look at each other like, ugh. And one of them's like, well, there's this frozen yogurt place that's okay. And
What's frozen yogurt? What's yogurt?
I feel like
Yogurt is what happens when you leave milk
it's
out
like
too long.
sour milk.
She like picks up this. And then
Yes.
Yeah, but it'd be like, I guess they'd have like saltwater taffy and like, yeah, probably like gross there's a yogurteria.
are there ruins?
They've probably got a really shit pier filled with like 70s arcade games and claw machines as well.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, but shitty boardwalk.
Mhm.
But you are talking to like the cranky teenagers of Saltmarsh, so they're just like, oh, it sucks. We hang out at the mall sometimes. Yeah. And so they're like, well, like, I mean, the most interesting part is the constant threat of death, because like I said, first we thought it was smugglers, and then we thought it was lizard men, but the shark men thing, that's very real. There's a fortress to the north, and they're gonna try and kill everyone. I'm sure of it. But maybe
many-
we can kill them first.
How many shark men would you say that there are?
And they look at each other and they're like a lot.
8.
Like,
Isn't this the perfect opportunity?
so when
for
you say that,
sanctioned
she's
murder?
like, no, like more than that, probably. Like,
Uh,
These people need your help.
so now
murdering
the
creatures.
last time, I will say this, the last time that you encountered shark men, they nearly killed you, Makaria.
I don't remember. I remember being saved by a dragon.
Yeah, before that happened.
I don't remember that part.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
intentionally blacking that out.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was saved by a dragon.
So, seeing as people are gearing up to like help these teens or whatever, I turn to the somewhat empty air behind the bar and I go, "Can you handle this while I'm gone?" Can you...
Oh, also this, and Joel points at the pot. Like, I think it needs watering. Plants need water, right?
If you don't want them to die.
Okay.
Okay.
Makari is actually pretty okay at growing plants.
Right, because they come out of the dirt and human bodies are fertilizer. So yeah,
They're great fertilizer. Yeah.
perfect.
Trying to address my ghost bartender.
Yeah, I mean the bartender hears you. I don't know if they have like they probably like ring a wine glass like a bell or something to let you know they heard you, because
Good.
they can't speak to you.
Perfect. All right, fine. Let's go and deal with this.
So they
could be interesting.
So Jessamine says to you, "Oh, good. because the boat isn't going to wait for much longer. So if you could all get your stuff, we can go down to the docks. And that the captain said that they would wait until dawn to leave. There's a ship.
So you almost missed us then.
And they nod and they say, but we didn't. Merkel be praised.
What would you have done if we would never have shown up?
And they
Probably die.
They just look at each other and they're like, you can tell they hadn't thought of that.
Every time I meet another worshiper of Merkel, I realize that I truly am his chosen one.
Again, going with the heavy metal thing, it's like going to a show and looking around at me like, how do I like the same thing as these assholes?
Yeah.
So, Rin, if you could for me, please roll. We need a name for the ship.
Okay.
Can you roll a d20 twice?
Of course I
I
can.
need 2d20.
Uh-oh.
1 and a 10, Adam.
The name of the ship is the Beautiful Leviathan.
Nice.
Okay, hold on. So let me write that down. Beautiful Leviathan. Now, all of this is automated in the module, but I like letting the players roll for it. And the captain of the Beautiful Leviathan.
Yes, let's
this is
do
gonna
it.
be great.
Roll, I need another roll.
The captain's name. Who wants to roll? I need another 2d20 for the name of the captain.
I got it.
Okay.
2d20. 15 and 3.
Okay. The captain's name is Clever Copper. Captain Clever Copper. All right.
Cool.
All right. That's the captain's
Captain
nickname.
Clever Copper of the Beautiful
The
Leviathan.
Beautiful Leviathan. Okay.
Yar!
And the purpose of the ship. Roll a d100.
Okay.
Captain Pretty Beard is an option. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's a passenger ship. Okay, good.
Oh,
All
that
right.
makes sense.
It's like a cruise ship. You're welcome aboard the Beautiful Leviathan. I'll be your Captain Clever Copper. Oh wow, that's really good. Okay, cool. It is a passenger vessel bound north with stops in Saltmarsh and Neverwinter. I like it. All right, cool. Captain Copper. And so you're gonna go and get on this boat. So we'll
Oh my god, he's Copper the dwarf's brother.
dwarves don't share first names. Wasn't Copper's last name like Stormforge or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're half brothers. That's
That's the half.
Right, good. That's how
That's
I'm
how
related to
Hopkins-
Adam Levine. Okay. Cool. Good. So yeah, let's take a quick break there. Think about anything that you need to do. You have a few hours in Waterdeep remaining. So if there's any other business, we will attend to that at the beginning. Yeah, good. All right. Hang out. We'll be right back with our journey to Saltmarsh. Don't go anywhere.